Connery Curious.
Saga, Last Crusade, You Only Live Twice, and the Anderson Tapes, Murder on the Orient Express.
You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next. Marty and a woman of straw, and a wounded man in Africa. We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery.
Mario Lima.
Dylan Titus.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. There's
Lovely.
nobody else in the frame, I'm sure.
Nobody.
It's just you and I today.
Who's
Oh
behind?
my God!
Oh!
Hey guys, how you doing?
I thought that was a statue.
One of those moving ones.
Yeah, we'll have to use it to bust open a door. I think we've already lost the plot. We didn't do the swivel thing that we did in the last episode when Lex was here. Like, oh, look, a surprise third guest. We've got a third guest today, folks. Welcome back
It's like a
to
third
Connery
arm.
Curious.
Third leg. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. That was our returning guest. Want to introduce yourself, friend?
My name's Kris Hansen, aka Viking Jesus.
Viking. Jesus.
Welcome
An
back.
honor.
I didn't mean to make you introduce yourself right as you're ripping a good dab there.
It's okay. It feels good to get it out.
Good.
Is this our first in-studio returning guest?
It is.
I'm happy to be
Yeah.
that guy.
Let's go.
And not only that, but both films that you've joined us for have been in the studio and have Christian Slater in them.
That's right. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? And medieval Christian Slater, too.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild and crazy.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about Christian Slater, have you seen Heathers?
I haven't, but I really want to.
I have it on DVD.
Hell yeah.
I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
Okay.
Funny enough, the last Christian Slater movie I watched was that Jerry Seinfeld movie, Unfrosted, that Pop-Tart movie.
Oh God, yes.
He's in it, and it's like, I'm looking at him like, who is that? He plays a milkman. And you look at him like he looks familiar. And I finally see him talking. I'm like, that's fucking Christian Slater. Like, holy shit.
He's
Cool
in
to see
True
him,
Romance
so.
too, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
True Romance. That's a Tony Scott directed film that Quentin Tarantino wrote.
Yes. And we'll probably end up talking more about Christian Slater today than we
I think
will
we're gonna-
about the patron saint of this podcast.
I don't know.
Folks,
We'll see.
welcome back to Connery Curious.
The podcast where myself and Dylan, and sometimes a guest, go through every single film in the massive filmography of the late, great Sir Sean Connery. And today we are covering...
Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I mean,
Prince
Robin
of Thieves.
Hood, Prince of Thieves. 1991's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Which I looked it up, and it is official. Men in Tights was inspired by this movie. Because I was like...
it had to be. It's
Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's like almost... Some stuff was like almost shot for shot. Like this, the... You know, I'm waiting
shoe?
for...
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the castle to move over and Blinken is on the toilet. Like, you know, I'm waiting for it, you know, so...
I'm waiting for the villagers to yell, "Stop burning down our village!"
So that's
I mean,
a fun movie.
it basically follows the film. This
Men
Prince
in
of
Tights
Thieves.
follows Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, I mean the long hair in the beginning. They're in the Crusades.
I need to rewatch Men in Tights. It's been a long time.
It's going to be funnier now that you watch it.
Well,
Yes.
have you seen Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves recently?
No, this was my first time seeing Prince of Thieves. Full
So
disclosure.
you have seen it recently. Now.
I finished it today.
Today.
Yeah.
Same,
Okay.
yeah.
I have seen this movie so many times that I can talk about it. Like
Well, you're the perfect guest. Then we're glad you
I
came.
think so.
Glad
for
you
this
could make
film.
it. Yeah.
I think so. Did you watch? Did Bryan Adams come out and sing at the very end of the movie for you?
What?
Bryan Adams, he had the theme song,
He did the music for it.
and,
Oh.
and they show like
Oh
in the
my-
version that I watched. Always, the very end has a Bryan Adams video, and the credits roll up.
I did not
Ours did not have that.
see.
Are you gonna look it up?
I've got it right here. What in the Sam Hill?
Like right as the credits start.
Oh my God!
sure.
This song?
Yeah, this is Bryan Adams.
This is for this movie?
Yeah. And honestly, when I was a kid, okay,
What?
so I saw this in the theater, and when I was a kid, yeah, I don't know, I was probably 14 or 13 when this movie came out, maybe. And all the kids would play the piano part. It was like one of those piano jams that everybody could learn. You know, it was easy. But yeah, that song was huge hit.
Huh. I did not know
Which
that was
I don't
for
know
this
if
movie.
it helped. Music used to do shit.
Oh,
you
I know, like
and-
Kiss from a Rose is from the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, that's how I know it from. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I want to cough. Can I cough?
Yeah.
I just got to cough.
We'll keep that in.
all right, get out of here.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
But
good.
so you said that there's actually a Bryan Adams video that played?
There
on
was a
yours?
Bryan Adams video that played at the end of the movie. They probably got rid of it.
Shit.
Yeah,
And I thought you meant like
that's it.
you pan to the wedding band at the wedding. It's
Oh
Bryan
my God,
Adams.
that would have been amazing. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, shit.
Just
So-
the credits.
So it's got to
Okay.
be on YouTube somewhere. We'll look for it. If we find it, we'll link it in the comments.
Everything I do it for you. Performed by Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I gotta say the opening.
Written by Michael Kamen. Wow.
Oh, Kamen, yeah.
Okay, Wild Times, performed and produced by Jeff Lynne. I have a note here. At the 2-hour mark, that note is. Hold on.
Another file cabinet.
And we're back.
With a note.
What was your note, Eric?
Fives?
hope the mic just isn't me a bad take.
Punch.
You're good.
Just more editing, I'm sorry.
No, it's fun. So I ended up watching a little bit of this at work and took some notes. There's at the 2-hour mark. There's a song that comes up. Is that the Jeff Lynne song?
Maybe.
There's only 2 listed in this whole movie, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Sounds like them.
Like it does kind of sound like a
Does it?
60s jingle-esque kind of thing. Like it doesn't sound of the time.
It sounds like the music.
Do
from,
we
like,
know
the
what
Kiss Kiss
music
Club.
would have sounded like in that realm of fakery?
Like
No, it's
loot-
history.
like
I
When's
mean,
this-
loots and shit.
it's real
When
history.
does this take place? Let's pull up the Wikipedia page. Let's do it as we normally do here.
Are we gonna do like the history of the real Robin Hood? Because you're gonna lose me. I don't have that.
Well,
Let's talk about
We already
this.
covered that in.
it's in the 12th century, so 1194.
Because there was
Holy
a
cow.
Connery movie. He plays Robin Hood, like old Robin Hood. He comes
Right,
back
with
to Canada.
Robin
Audrey
and Marion.
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn, yeah.
Yeah, so that one's more like historical. Like I don't fucking know.
Okay,
This
we
one's
just-
like a fucking Marvel movie.
have you seen Robin and Marion?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember it well?
No.
Okay. From our memory, Mario, which of these two do you prefer?
Probably this one, but like I mean I don't know. They're both different movies.
Yeah, they're so different.
It's Thunderball, Never Say Never Again.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
this is literally like Errol Flynn, like, you know, although Errol Flynn was Australian and he could do an accent. This is some weird shit, this film. Let's just face it. This is some weird Hollywood shit, and it's the first kind of weird Hollywood shit they really it's like the Goonies. I mean, it's epically big and it's so American.
Yeah.
And it's so not supposed to be. This story does not belong. Like
Yeah, everything feels wrong.
it
in
all
this
feels
movie.
wrong. Like Christian Slater's accent.
Oh my God. Well, we talked about this the last time you were here, Christian Slater's accent.
Yeah.
I have that literally as a note, just accents.
There
Just
were
accents.
none really. You know, like some people tried. Kevin Costner did not at all. Did he?
There were times where he was trying.
There was some language
Something.
that just is English that you can't get away from. You know what it is. You know it's and he had to say those words, but he said it like he was ordering a deep dish Chicago pie.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, my second note here is Kevin Costner is desperate to act. He will act if it's the last thing he does.
Look, great. He was there to do a job. Great. It was written well. There's some real gems in this film, and there's some real good shit we can talk about for sure. But yeah, did he carry the movie? No, but the people in the movie helped him carry the movie. I don't think he was. Who was this movie geared toward?
I was thinking that because it's not a kids movie.
Yeah.
But like
They say
we
fuck
all
so
saw
many
it.
times.
We all saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was.
Well, we saw it
13 in the
because
theater. You saw it because you had to
the
watch.
wheel told us to.
Yeah.
Connery's blood ghost said, "You must watch, or I will haunt your families."
I just want to look up movies that came out in '91.
The action sold it. You know, there were things that sold this film. I think it was I mean, everybody went to see this film.
Yeah.
Like
What was it in competition with? I'm curious.
Not direct competition, but like
that year? What came out that year?
like Toy Soldiers, Dead Space,
Beetlejuice,
Cape
was that on?
Fear.
No, that's the 87 or 88.
Yeah, I don't fucking.
What was that?
It all blurs together.
Oh, Close My Eyes, another Rickman film. So Rickman was busy in '91.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing like rings a bell of
Let's say,
1991.
all right, he was great in that film, and Tracy Ullman as the witch.
That's not true. That's in Men in
that's
Tights.
Men in Tights,
We're gonna
sorry.
accidentally talk about Men in Tights a lot, folks. We're men. We're men in tights. We walk around the forest looking for
They
fights.
walk around the forest looking for fights.
I'm sure we
They're
messed
men.
that up.
Well, I was gonna ask
Tights.
earlier, like, so in the collection of Robin Hood movies that have come out in history, like, where does this one lie? Is this a top 5 like Robin Hood movie?
Well,
Like,
I've
number
got the
one,
email here.
dude.
Let's look it up.
Like, I've only seen you know Men in
No,
Tights, this,
it's-
and Robin and Marion, and maybe the cartoon.
Errol
one from
Flynn
Disney.
had a great Robin Hood film. I think it's like
11 best Robin Hood movies
100%.
ranked according to Entertainment
Rotten
Weekly.
Tomatoes.
Rogues of Sherwood
from
Forest.
the 50s.
Oh man, you guys are looking at this screen, and now I know why.
Yeah.
Rogues of Sherwood Forest. The Story of Robin Hood and His Merry Men. Robin Hood 2018. Robin Hood 91.
Another one that came out in '91.
Robin Hood 2010, the Ridley Scott one. Men in Tights, number
Fuck
6.
yeah.
Prince of Thieves, number 5. Robin and Marion,
There it
number
is.
4. Robin Hood, the Disney's
Oh,
called the
get
Fox.
one.
The Disney
Disney.
one's awesome.
Oh, the 1922 Robin Hood.
Damn. So what's number 1? What is it?
Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn.
Not Errol Flynn one.
Yeah, it was a popular one.
So,
Who's
okay,
the
so
popular
yeah.
man?
Yeah, I was just curious because, like, again,
Connery
curious. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, but it was like a movie I never was like gravitated towards. And you know, looking at Connery's not listed in the cast
look
either.
at how everything is so accessible today. Like you can't even compare today, right now, to 1991. You would not have looked for this movie today. But if you were waking up in 1991 and there was a movie out with Kevin Costner, Christian Slater, and Alan Rickman and
Mary Elizabeth.
and Mary. Oh God,
Mas-
let's just for a second, Elizabeth Mary Master Antonio,
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio.
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio. I thought she was beautiful.
She's very beautiful.
Oh my God.
I remember her from this is Marion, right? We're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's
I
in the
always-
abyss.
Scarface. You can say
Yeah, I
Scarface.
was
Scarface.
thinking of her from Scarface or something else she was in. So
She
I
was.
like,
She was. Sometimes you know if you I don't know if it was age or if it was makeup, but she definitely, I thought, looked more matured in this film than Scarface, and you know I could get with it.
Are you off, my friend? Yes. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you. Hey, let's just give a thanks, folks, to Eric, my partner here at the Proving Ground, for providing all the wonderful gear that helps make this podcast possible every week, every other week.
yeah, you're
Yes,
responsible.
Fungo. This podcast is brought to you by Fungo Records. Hit up Fungo Records for any of your audio, video, live needs. Yeah. Get home
Fungo.
safe, brother.
Fungal.
Fungal.
Like,
All right.
Yeah, she looked great in this, and I'm trying to think who the actress was. Again, Men in Tights, they looked very similar, like hair-wise. I thought. I'm trying to think of who the
Men in
actress
Tights was. She's in The Mask. Amy Yazbek.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't see it right now, but
In costume, they look very
Very similar.
hair.
She's got the hair. The very
chastity
80s hair.
belt.
Yeah.
This came out in '93, right?
Yeah.
It was like 2 years after. Like, let's.
Well, it was still a big film. Yeah. You know, people were still talking about Prince of Thieves. Costner can tell a story. I mean, he's been in some films, you know, like epics. The Dances with Wolves. Did you guys see that?
I have not seen Dances with Wolves.
Okay.
I need to.
Okay.
Put on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, shall we?
Sean Connery's not in that film, so
No.
you're good, I
We'll
guess.
do a new podcast.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Costner Curious.
Costner.
Dude, I swear to God, it's a 3-hour film, and it's probably, you know, a lot of people will roll their eyes at watching a 3-hour film.
I don't.
But
this was a pretty long one. This
it's
was
pretty good.
2:35.
It's okay.
This is a pretty long
Yeah,
one.
it is a pretty long one. There's a lot, you know, a lot to be said. There's a lot of places they had to go. Morgan Freeman had to get involved here, you know?
Yeah. What do we think of Morgan Freeman as Azim?
Have you ever seen Morgan Freeman in anything you didn't like him in?
It's hard to pick anything.
I mean,
up.
yes,
Really?
but not him. It's
What,
not. It's,
Electric
he's
Company?
always great. He's always great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have
Okay,
you
okay.
ever seen him play something that you didn't like him in?
No.
Like, he's really, you know?
He's just a positive vibe. As we were talking about
Is it-
earlier about the studio just being a positive vibe. Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman just seems like a positive vibe of a person. But we could
Yeah.
be wrong. He could be
He was.
a lot of controversy that we don't know about.
I grew up on Electric Company, and he was a character on that TV show.
Yeah.
Teaching kids how to read and stuff, you know, like since Seven. Was that like his first movie back or something? Seven. I don't know. I
No,
don't
this
think
was
it
before
matters.
7.
Is this before
Yeah,
Seven?
7 was like
Was
96.
this the movie that brought him back? I don't know.
Um,
Robin Hood, Prince
yeah,
of Thieves.
yeah.
So
Let's go through the plot here.
Let's do it.
Mario, you want to do the ratings as you normally do?
Yeah, sure. We always check out RottenTomatoes.com, see our ratings here. Tomato meter, it's at a 51. An audience score loved it a little more with a 72%. Now we always ask, do you agree with those ratings?
And IMDb gives it a 6.9
out of 10.
Yeah, I think I
feel like I give it a little more love than that.
I like it a little more than all of these ratings. How about you?
I like it more as well. It's a story. It's a good story. It's told well. Visually, it's good. As anything, it's just, you know, I like a Chicago deep dish. It's hysterical. It's great.
And Rick Rickman's crazy. In
Rick
this,
Rickman.
man. Alan Rickman is like insane performance. You know, because I'll always see him. You know,
That's
my
so
wife
nuts.
is a Harry Potter person, so I always see Alan Rickman on the
Snape,
TV
yeah.
screen.
Dude,
But seeing him in this is like so much fun.
spoilers, when he gets stabbed at the end and that drool that comes out of his mouth, can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? It's like, I mean, it was great. That was some good acting, man. I mean, it could have just been like a watery mouth at that point, but
I mean, if we're going full spoilers, Rickman is the goat of this movie.
He is.
Rickman is like the
Or Friar Tuck.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's pretty great.
I
Yeah,
like Friar Tuck.
yeah, always looking in the camera, and at the end he looks right in the camera. He's like, "Get out of here so they can fuck."
Yeah, he's like Deadpool.
Yeah,
He was Deadpool before Deadpool.
tuck pool.
Tuckpool.
Well, he's got that line with God, you know.
Yeah.
So
And we are the god that is
He
watching
knows
these
you're
events
there.
unfold. So
yeah.
yeah. Well, let me do a trailer voice here.
Sure.
Nope.
Do you want to do the trailer voice?
No, I just want to. I was just.
You do the trailer voice.
No, I was just in.
Don't
We've never had a guest do a trailer
Don't
voice. That'd be
pressure the
cool. Okay.
Nobleman crusader Robin of Locksley breaks out of a Jerusalem prison with the help of Moorish fellow prisoner Azim and travels back home to England. But upon arrival, he discovers his dead father in the ruins of his family estate, killed by the vicious sheriff of Nottingham. Robin and Azim join forces with outlaws Little John and Will Scarlet to save the kingdom from the sheriff's villainy. Villainy.
Little John is dope in this movie too. I like Little John,
Yeah.
especially in that
Yeah.
Endor scene at the end with his wife is over there and Robin has to come in and save the day. But
Yeah.
he's just very
When the Ewok village is burning.
literally. My wife comes in and is like, "Are you watching Star Wars?" And I'm like, "I wish, but no."
Well, what did you think of their camp?
Pretty cool little camp.
I thought it was cool.
It was dope.
They set up that the movie takes place over the course of a couple of years, so it's a little feasible that they've built it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it going on. They had some stuff.
I was a little amazed how quickly they were able to create weapons.
Well-
forge.
That's a very satisfying scene too.
Oh yeah, the montage of training,
watching them make the
melt
arrow and
the-
pour the metal in.
very satisfying. And
With
then you
feathers.
see,
Well, you've
when
got to
he
be able
pulls
to
out the end.
split. There's that moment with him and the arrow, and he's like, "Pew," and it just the camera
That's
on
a
the
good,
arrow.
fun moment.
The
And then
camera on the arrow. Who thought of that? I bet that was the whole premise of this
Which
film.
also felt very Endor. The speeder bikes,
Yeah.
point of view
was,
camera.
Can you imagine Costner sitting there at the table over his Chicago deep dish, going, and whatever he drinks, some fruity.
Yeah, and then
No, he
you
probably
got the
drinks
camera
whiskey.
as the arrow.
He's like, wouldn't it be cool, if Robin Hood, if we could actually put a camera on the arrow and send it down, and if there was ever a movie about Robin Hood, we just send it down, and we split the arrow and we can see it. We put a very small camera. I mean, technology is almost there.
So, both Kevin Costner and Tom Cruise, they're on the same exact spectrum, but they're on opposite sides of it. Of still trying to please their dads. Dad, aren't you impressed with me? I played Robin Hood and I could split an arrow down the middle. Dad, aren't you impressed with me? I hung off the side of a plane as it took off.
I don't know.
Dad, aren't you impressed with me? I basically used all of my wealth to fund a movie that kind of didn't really do well in theaters. And oh no, it's a two-parter and the second one's coming out. Oh no.
I heard that movie's great.
I heard it's great too.
Bill Burr said it was great.
I bet it's great.
Here's the thing. Beyond father aside, he's a storyteller. He grew up on films. He loves films. He probably loves fishing and horse riding and all that bullshit too. But he loves film.
My boat.
Initially, that's why you get into film, right? And
No offense, man, Kevin Costner.
well,
Nothing but
I'm just saying, he saw an opportunity to tell a story. Be it a story we've all seen, and it probably is something he grew up on. He probably loved the Errol Flynn version.
For sure.
And he wanted to do that, but bring it with Hollywood action and, I mean, these guys, they were hot in their day. He was making big blockbusters at that point. Christian Slater was I don't know if he was Brat Pack, but he was definitely around that. He was a popular kid.
Yeah. I like Christian Slater in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's having fun.
Yeah.
He seems drunk, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so?
I
In
think
every
so.
scene,
He
it
seems
seems
a little
he's fucking.
He seems
Not there.
he seems like he's acting.
Yeah.
He's all caught. He's drunk on acting. He's just so happy to be acting. Maybe I'm
his
wrong.
eyes do get a little wild sometimes. I feel I know. I noticed it.
He's channeling his Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
was-
it's something.
And it had that Star Wars twist with the brother.
Yeah. Oh, or
My brother.
or Goldfinger. Or Goldmember. Excuse me, Goldmember.
Goldmember, yeah.
Cool.
And evidently Skyfall.
Spectre.
Spectre,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
All right, let's work our way through the wiki here, huh?
Sure.
In
Did it
1194,
win it won an Academy for Best Song.
from Bryan Adams,
Yeah, look at that.
won a Grammy.
Won a Grammy for it.
Imagine
For
that.
best song written and visual media? Is that what it said? For
Yes.
visual media?
Best song written for visual media. I almost said Brian Wilson.
I would say real quick.
Who won
speaking of
a Best Actor in a Supporting Role? Scroll, yeah.
Rickman
of
No.
course.
received the
kidding.
BAFTA award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. What were you saying, Murray?
The music at the beginning, before we get into the beginning of the movie, it's like reminiscent of something else, and I can't put my finger on it. Like, because me and my wife are huge, like, theme park heads that constantly go to Universal Studios, and we stay
The
at,
music. The music is
Michael
it's
Kamen.
part, but it's part of what is the film company?
Back to the Future.
But it's the
it's-
film company. It's the actual. Every time you've seen a movie,
not 20th
this-
Century Fox, but like something like that.
yeah, every
like,
time you've seen a movie from this film company, that song plays.
that's what it is.
This movie started it. This movie borrowed the whole soundtrack from that
Because
commercial.
I'm listening to it because so every time you get on a bus to a Universal hotel to take you to the
Is it
the
Universal?
park,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it'll play like scores from Back to the Future, like, and I swear this is one of the songs that plays in rotation.
Yeah, tell me. It's
This is Warner
Morgan
Brothers.
Creek.
I'm not sure, but it does
could
sound
be-
like the Back to the Future theme.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it's not
It's
the
not
Back
the same. It's not the same.
But I'm
no.
saying this is something I hear very often in other mediums and other locations. I'm like, 'cause even my wife was like, "Yeah, that sounds like something not quite Jurassic Park or Back to the Future, but like kind of John Williams-esque."
It was the second highest grossing film of 1991. See, it was a fun movie to go see in the theater.
I bet.
It was.
Oh, of course, Judgment Day was the
Oh,
highest grossing
Terminator
one.
killed it.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, and the Hook.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Naked Gun 2.
Beauty and the Beast, is that the actual cartoon
JFK.
one?
He had 2 films out that year.
That's the Disney one.
Okay, shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
He
agree.
did have 2 films out that year. Wow.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
Two of the top 10 films that year were Kevin Costner. Wow.
He was a hot shit back then.
Damn. All right. Well, looking at this list here, what is your favorite film off this list, folks?
Oh, Terminator 2.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs is mine as well.
I like JFK a lot.
I've never seen JFK.
Cape Fear is fun.
Cape Fear is great. Yeah, I think Silence of the Lambs is my favorite film on this
Naked
list.
Gun 2.5 came in at 7, huh?
The smell of
That's
fear.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think OJ was still in that one.
Oh yeah, he's in all 3.
Oh yeah. Where we rank him in the Robin Hood actors?
I
know-
haven't seen many.
know,
Do we
it's-
prefer him or Connery as Robin Hood?
Oh, Connery.
They're two.
yeah.
They're two totally different Robin Hoods, though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like Connery is playing an older,
Yeah, but
retired.
if you could imagine Connery younger, Robin
yeah,
Hood
Connery
doing all
at
this shit.
Costner's age or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Costner's probably the same age as Connery when he played.
So, all right. So let's do some research here. 91, and Costner was born in 52, so he would have been 39.
How old
Okay.
was
Connery had to have been 40 something. I want to guess.
39 versus? This is
So
all important stuff,
1976, and Connery was born in 1930. So 46. 46. Wow, he was only 7 years older.
Shit.
And he's playing like ancient, but
He looks-
also in that time period, you'd be lucky to make it to 46. that'd be ancient age.
Yeah,
The old wizard. He's 61.
So Marion was like an old maid, even in the Prince of
Yeah, how old
Thieves.
was Audrey Hepburn in this? Well, same age, 46.
Shit.
Wow.
But yeah, imagine like. From,
I mean,
from
I
Russia
don't.
Would love
I'm
Connery.
I'm
in this.
I'm freaking a year older than Sean Connery in that fucking movie. Pardon my French.
You're good.
Shit.
Damn.
Well, how old was he? I hate to be jumping around movies. How old was he as Bond?
32.
So yeah, I'm 1 year older than he was in James Bond.
I'm about to turn 32.
and I'm not ready to be James Bond right now. You know what I mean?
I'm ready to be James
Look,
Bond.
look how difficult, because you're a fucking skinny fuck. But like, but like, it's just funny to see how like different body types have changed over the years. Just like people who you think look super young are like actually like 30 something or
And
40
you
something.
think like, in the 60s, there's sun and cigarettes,
Sun and cigarettes.
Sun and cigarettes. They ate cigarettes and drank sun.
When I was a kid,
Sunday.
I thought it was so cool how calmly he walked in that circle and then turned and fired.
Oh,
Like,
so cool.
Wow. This movie, man. Okay.
All right, let's get
We're
into
it.
In 1194, English nobleman Robin of Locksley has spent years in an Ayyubid prison in Jerusalem, having followed King Richard the Lionheart on the Third Crusade. Robin and his comrade Peter Dubois escape, saving the life of a Moor named Azim. Mortally wounded, Peter makes Robin swear to protect his sister Marion, and Robin returns to England with Azim,
And he's like,
who
yeah.
vows to accompany him until his life debt is repaid.
He's like, no problem. You want me to watch over your sister? I got her. It's cool. Yeah?
He's cool.
It's a girl? Yeah, I remember her. Sure. I've been in this prison how long?
It's implied that they knew each other. They
He
grew
was
up
going to
together.
lose his hand.
Yeah.
They were cutting off hands at that moment.
What do we think of that opening action sequence?
For me, the first time I can remember the first time I saw it, I did not know how this film was going to turn around. I literally didn't. I'm like, here he is in prison. He's got all this long hair. He's about to get his hand chopped off. Like, what kind of Robin Hood is this? I mean, it really throws you off a little bit. You always heard, like, King Richard was in the Crusades. I didn't realize Robin Hood was there. I thought he was fighting back home.
To be honest, this is like, besides Robin and Marion, this is really my first dive into Robin Hood. Like, besides Robin and Marion, like, I really don't know much about the story, and I like this story. This is a good.
It's a good story. It's
origin story.
It's Batman.
Yeah, it is very, very Batman Begins. Batman Begins pulls a lot from this 15 years later. That's
gives steals and gives to the poor. Looks after the people. It's dark. It's dingy. It's dirty. And then what the hell is Morgan Freeman doing there? And it's just this. It's this crazy little moment where they all like kind of bond together and run off. Peter looked like shit. Peter was gonna die. We all knew it.
Yeah, he was the sacrificial lamb.
No offense, Marion, but it was gonna happen. Someone had to die, and it wasn't gonna be Azim.
I'm glad it wasn't Azim.
Azim was only there because of love.
Yeah. I have a note here that
he loved an unattainable woman.
Mistletoe drug joke. I like that. That's good. Yeah, when he gets back, he pulls the mistletoe. Many a woman have lost their virtue to me because of this plant. And Azim basically goes, "Hey, we don't have to drug our women where I'm from. We're just awesome. You don't have to drug them."
Yeah.
And then I actually did some research, but it's not on this computer, so I'm going to pull it up now.
You actually were like, did they have to drug them?
No, I was curious if mistletoe is a drug. It is. European mistletoe has been used for centuries in traditional medicine for a variety of conditions, including seizures, headaches, menopause symptoms. Excuse me.
What?
Yeah. Promoted
Wow.
as a treatment for cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
It probably didn't work on the cancer, right?
I have no idea.
Well, we're still dealing with it, aren't we?
Well, I don't think as a maybe. This mic is breaking up. I lost my point.
Guy of Gisborne.
Yeah.
That dude killed Brandon Lee.
Wait, was he the one that shot the gun? Really?
Yes.
Michael Wincott?
Yes.
Shit.
Really? Hold on. Was he really? It doesn't say. Granted, I'm just going by his Wikipedia page, but a thug played by Michael Massey.
Oh.
So not him.
They made him Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's that guy that walks through the.
The shadowy figure.
Yeah.
Of what could have been.
Yeah. And he's in 7. Look at that.
Yeah, he was the guy in the window at the hotel where the dude wore the thing on his crotch to.
Yeah.
Did he make me?
I rewatched that movie recently with a friend, and
terribly graphic.
this friend likes to guess what's going to happen next in movies, and they were spending a little bit of time guessing, but then once it started to, once you start to put the pieces together, like, oh, they're at a sex club. Oh my God. Like, it was really fun watching somebody else piece this together. When I've seen Seven, like, 5 or 6 times maybe.
7 times.
Probably 7 times, yeah, probably. But let's get back to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Sure.
In King Richard's absence, the cruel sheriff of Nottingham plots to seize the throne for himself and has Robin's father killed for remaining loyal to the king. Arriving home, Robin saves a young boy from the sheriff's ruthless cousin, Guy of Gisborne. He finds his father's corpse and his family's servant, Duncan, blinded by Gisborne, who explains that his father was falsely accused of devil worship.
Duncan.
The sheriff consults the witch Mortiana, who foresees King Richard's return and that Robin and Azim will be our deaths.
See, when you got power like that and you can foresee your death, don't you think that's a good time to just kind of like maybe take another path? Maybe the witch packed her bags and her worms and whatever the hell she was into, and just kind of was like, yeah, let's go to the south of France. Let's have some food, some seafood, and
Oh, she's in Wallace and Gromit.
is she really?
Geraldine McEwen.
She was
Look at what else she's in.
Titus.
she was a freaky lady.
Titus. Yeah, she is freaky in this movie. It is a fantastic performance. Something I want to talk about.
Did she raise the sheriff of Nottingham?
It's his. Yeah, she's his mother.
It's not his mother.
Yeah, no, it's his mother. That's the twist.
Yeah, that, like
Those close-up shots where they're all bug-eyed looking at each other. She's like, I birthed you.
She gave birth to him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I swapped you out with another baby. And killed that baby.
Heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those shots are cool, man. Those sort of, we talked about earlier with
Those
what's his name at the
bug-eyed
end. Just like just the talking pieces of them, like you get to see it through the other character's eyes. and,
He
like,
didn't really care for her that much, though.
No, he was clearly tired of having to rely on. And he was mad that she was spying on him too.
Clearly psychotic.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
Alan Rickman's character was clearly psychotic.
Clearly.
He killed his cousin.
I love the carve his heart out with a spoon line. That was great.
Oh yeah.
But something I want to talk about here. Anybody notice who played Robin's father?
Yes.
Because I was a little uncertain about this movie, but then I saw Robin's father show up, and I thought, me liking this. Maybe we being friends.
Is that him?
That's Boss Nass.
No,
Brian
fucking
Blessed.
way. Wow.
Yeah, that's Robin's father is Boss Nass.
Fuck yeah.
Brian
I knew we
Blessed.
were gonna get some Star Wars connections today.
And then when we see his rotten, decaying body, it's Brian Cursed.
Damn. Man.
That was a gnarly image, by the way.
Yeah,
His
shit,
rotten,
dude.
decaying body hanging in the fucking Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's
thing.
why again, where you said earlier of like, who's this movie for? Very,
It's not for kids.
very graphic shit like that, but then very like sort of heartwarming and fun moments.
Yeah, like
Rock-
goofy stuff.
They all had like the mullets and the hair. I mean, this is hair bands were.
Rickman looked like a rock
Yes,
star.
I made a note that Rickman looks like he's about to shoot a Black Sabbath video from the 80s.
Fucking docking. I mean, it was
or like Richie Blackmore's about to show up.
Hey, it looks
like
like
this
Rickman.
was kind of like a rock and roll film. Unfortunately, as rock and roll as they could get was Bryan Adams, but he had a mullet maybe at the time.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
You know,
Yeah, imagine like a heavy
Metallica.
metal like '80s band doing this shit, man.
They
Or
were-
a White Snake. Here I go
Something,
again,
yeah.
Robin
this shit was
Hood.
this shit was well put together. This film.
I in a forest called Sherwood.
It's got It's got the church, the clergy, the dingy, witchy, rotty sheriff, the crotch rot fucking cousin. People.
I love Michael
The
Wincott and
ghosts.
stuff. He's great.
The ghosts of Sherwood Forest and the Merry Men and the Ewok Village. It's got a little bit of everything. It really does.
But I feel like a lot of times doesn't balance all those ingredients as well as it could. Like we were saying, who is this film for? Because Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, it sounds like a film you could take your kids to.
And my dad did. I mean,
but like your 8-year-old. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I have a sister. So say I had a sister. I have a sister, and she was like, God, I don't even know how old, but she was still in elementary school watching like Dirty Dancing every day.
Oh wow!
Every day, like, God, that girl would watch it like 3 times in the afternoon. Like, why? I don't know. But like kids watched crazy shit back then, man.
Yeah.
They did. Like there were people passing around videotapes of like Faces of Death and crap when I was in elementary school. It was crazy.
Well, I feel like this would be a moderate film for kids. Like, you could cut out the Brian Blessed cursed image.
Man,
cut out a couple of
one of the
things.
first movies I saw was Dirty Dozen, and that movie
film.
opens up with a dude getting hanged. You know, they were tough themes in films.
There's a good hanging scene in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary at times too.
When the
I'm like,
movie really kicks into high gear, I think.
yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Let's keep whittling this away, and maybe we'll just whittle the whole thing
And
away.
the short one, yeah.
Robin tells Marion of her brother's death, but she sees little need for his protection. Fleeing the sheriff's forces into Sherwood Forest, Robin, Duncan, and Azim encounter a group of outlaws led by Little John.
Can I interject?
yeah.
Yes.
She is not afraid of the sheriff because of her sex appeal. I'm just gonna say it.
Wait.
Like it's implied. It's implied. Like Robin Hood wants to save her, and she's like, not only can best him with the sword and stuff,
Yeah,
but then she pulls off the hood and she's all like beautiful, and the sheriff wants that.
Yeah.
You know he wants that, and she implies it. She's like, yeah, I don't need to worry about shit.
Yeah.
You know, even if she can fight, because he can fight, but he's still running from all those shoulders, and
And
she's like, no.
he-
So right there, you see some real like some fortune.
Yeah, and there's the moment where he's
Some
like, I wish you would
she's a
join my
desired
kingdom.
woman.
And she's like, no, I'll stay out of it for right now. I'll stay outside your kingdom. Basically, because I know I have your protection because you like me.
Yeah. She gives him just enough.
Yeah.
And she gave, Robin like nothing, but he's all about it, He's all about that shit. Yeah, I used to tease her. He remembers, right? He's like, yeah, I teased her.
Yeah, I grew up now.
Yeah. I'm old. You
I'll
should see my
tease-
dong.
I'll-
No,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll tease in the adult way.
The 90s and 80s, it was all like that, though. It was just like, oh, let's be mean to each other, but really, look at that, Just so you know, I said, look at that, folks, and he did not, so.
What did I look at?
No, you didn't.
What am I looking at?
Past
Oh,
the
you
things.
didn't.
Show me.
No, I was,
Oh, jeez.
he was doing like the easy man thing, That's the easy man thing. For those of you out there that don't know, is like the finger pointing at your Johnson and just going, "Hey, hey, hey, look at that. Hey,
Hey.
You look okay over here?
oh God, it's nice to have game." Robin Hood did not have game in this movie.
No.
No.
And little Scarlet, is that his name?
Will Scarlet.
Will Scarlet. He
Little
had
John.
even less game in this
Yeah.
film, and terrible accents. Anyway, go on. Sorry,
Yes.
plot.
Oh no, you're good.
I just
No,
want to say,
I agree.
Marion had some, like, she was playing both sides a little bit. She's like,
She's one of the most intelligent characters in this
and she
movie.
can kick both of their asses. Why wasn't the movie about her?
Except at the end when she goes full damsel in distress
Yeah.
and like
She didn't have to. I think she did that to make it more, like, make him feel better about when he actually defeats the guy. I think she could have done it at any time.
Well,
you saw it. She beat him.
so there's
he beat-
there's the moment where she's like tucked into the window and she grabs the candle and like tosses the melted wax onto Rickman. But like the candle's there the whole time. Set his hair on fire when he's not looking. You know what I mean? There's racism towards Azim because he worships Allah, and he tries to bring up the point. He's like, they're the same God, dude. And Friar Tuck's like, nope, I don't want any of that shit. I will hear none of it.
You know what though? His character was so prime in this film. Like he saves the lives of kids. Like they're like, you're witchcraft, and he's like, nah. No, I'm gonna help this kid live. Remember, like he got involved in some like medical business.
Yes, yeah, he helps birth the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, the baby. That's
Yeah.
right. I've seen this all the time with horses.
Yeah, yeah. It basically gives her a C-section. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And going back to Batman Begins, he's got explosive powders. Ninjutsu employs explosive
He's in
powders.
Batman Begins.
He is in Batman Begins.
Shit.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Wow.
Mind.
Speaking
blown.
of full circle, I'm just gonna do one full circle and make sure the cameras are all.
Yeah,
Sure.
please do,
Running.
because we wouldn't want to
It was
repeat.
the last time we had Kris Hansen on this podcast.
I mean, exploded. I haven't heard any beeps, so.
Everything got deleted.
It is funny that, like, the more we talk about this movie, that I keep forgetting almost technically isn't a Connery movie, you know? But you wonder what would have been if he was in it more.
It
What
would have been
would you have
gold.
casted him in, besides Robin Hood? What would you have put him, if you were to cast Connery into the full movie?
Oh, he would have played like...
One of the friars, maybe?
No, I would have asked him to be a villain.
Ooh.
He would have been like Prince John or,
For John would be good.
you know.
I wouldn't want him to be... What would you cast Connery in this for the whole movie?
Like if you had to pick a role for Connery to play in the whole movie. I mean,
Oh, Little John.
I was thinking, the villain, or writing in like a Prince John or how about let's really mess with people and give him the role of Will Scarlet.
I was just thinking that'd be so weird.
He's
I'm a jealous
Kevin
little
Costner's
boy.
little brother.
That would be so weird considering this comes after Untouchables.
Yeah, right?
And he plays a mentor figure. It's like, now it's me, your little brother. Well, let's.
I tried to get with your lady.
I mean, do we even need to cover the wiki?
Let's just talk about the movie, right?
Yeah.
You know, let's just chat about it.
We'll do the Cliff Notes version. I feel like I'm gonna go through it because
Okay.
I didn't know the story so much, so maybe somebody else doesn't. So
Okay.
they
If you
run
didn't
into
know it, I'm imagining there are people out there that don't know it.
yeah. So Robin, Duncan, and Azim go into Sherwood Forest and encounter a group of outlaws led by Little John, who challenges Robin to a duel. Robin wins and earns John's friendship, but the bandit Will Scarlet refuses to trust him. Confronting the corrupt Bishop of Hereford for his role in his father's death, Robin humiliates the sheriff, who sends Gisborne to terrorize the peasants in the search for Robin of the Hood. Despite the price on his head, Robin shapes the growing band of outlaws into a formidable force against the sheriff. They rob rich folk passing through the forest and distribute the stolen wealth and food amongst the poor, and are joined by the beer-loving Friar Tuck. Marion offers any aid she can, and they fall in love. They fall in love. Robin's success and public support infuriate the sheriff, who worsens his abuse of the peasants and kills Gisborne for failing to stop the outlaws. Mordiana advises the sheriff to recruit fearsome Celtic warriors and that he must marry someone of royal blood, Marion, the king's cousin. Betrayed by the bishop, Marion is taken prisoner, and Duncan rides to warn Robin, unknowingly followed by the sheriff's men. They storm Sherwood with Celtic reinforcements and burn Robin's hideout, capturing many of the outlaws and killing Duncan. With Robin presumed dead, the sheriff threatens the prisoners and their families, forcing Marion to agree to the marriage. Will bargains with the sheriff to betray Robin and returns to Sherwood, but instead reveals that he is Robin's half-brother, and they reconcile. On the day of the wedding, Robin and his men infiltrate Nottingham Castle and save the outlaws from being hanged. With the help of Azim's explosive powder, they free the prisoners, and Azim inspires the peasants to revolt, forcing the sheriff to retreat with Marion into his keep. The bishop hastily performs the marriage, but before the sheriff can consummate it, Robin bursts in. Friar Tuck finds the bishop fleeing with gold, burdens him with an additional treasure, and defenestrates him.
In a fierce duel, Robin kills the sheriff and Azim kills Morgiana in defense of Robin, thus fulfilling his life debt. Later, Robin and Marion's wedding in Sherwood is interrupted by the return of King Richard,
Who blesses the marriage and thanks Robin for saving his throne. All right, we're done now. We can cover all of it.
Okay.
Stupid knife hand blood shit. Connery,
Costner?
yeah, Costner's like, I will avenge my dad's death with this sliced open hand now.
Blood oath.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? I'm sure we've said this before on this podcast or any other part of our lives. Like,
Okay.
why would you? What? Prick your
You're
finger.
asking.
Prick your finger or something.
You're asking, so I'm going to tell you.
Why?
Well,
Have you taken a blood oath in this manner?
no.
Fuck no.
No, but some people scream into pillows. Some people punch pillows. It was not just him swearing, but it was also him taking. It's like if your head hurts, stub your toe. You know what I'm saying? It was him.
Reminding him he's alive.
No, it was like him transferring one pain for another.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, it literally, it looks stupid, but him cutting his hand was him going cold in his mind. You know, I believe that's
Okay.
You know,
Okay. I dig it.
if anything, I sold it to you because I don't know,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, but it felt good. It felt right. I mean, why else would they do it? Why else would they do it? It would have to be, you know, the transfer of pain.
Yeah, something like it doesn't like come back into the story as something important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just wraps it up and continues.
He doesn't
with
even
his
wrap
life.
it up by the end of the scene. Like he picks his shit up right immediately.
Like,
Let me pick up my rusty
put the
sword.
lotion in the bath.
Oh yeah, man.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah, and now he's Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. So, dude, how about the consummation? When you said that,
When Alan
it
Rickman
reminded me
forces
of like
her legs open
like,
with his legs.
Oh my god.
And especially like you tie it into the earlier scenes where he's like just in a random hallway and there's two women there and he's like, "You be in my room at 6:15. You be there at 6:30. Bring a friend." It's like, what? And it's just like he's manic.
He's a sociopath.
Alan
I mean, he
Rickman
kills
is an
his-
incredibly talented actor.
He kills his
cousin.
Cousin there, yeah. Didn't
Which,
even,
speaking of fucking Doctor Doom, it's kind of got a Doctor Doom vibe in that when we first see him with the white hood. You know, I'm talking about like white Doctor Doom, but like they have like the masks on and shit too,
Yeah.
and he looks so evil. Just
And he's like, now I gotta
fucking-
go serve my other god to keep up appearances.
like evil.
join us or you die or whatever. It's fucking heavy metal, dude. It's insane.
Yeah. There's some like
One of my
Robert
notes here
Plant
is Rickman is
hiding
God.
under his cloak.
Yeah.
Some what?
Some Robert Plant hiding under his cloak.
Well, one of my notes is Rickman is God. Like he steals the show. He steals this whole movie.
Yeah.
This is Alan Rickman's movie.
I think without
as much as
him-
Kevin Costner wants to act his ass off, it's
He was
Alan
not
Rickman's
the
movie.
show. He was not the show.
No.
He helped facilitate the story, but yeah, Rickman.
Kevin, Rickman's really out acting you. What are you gonna do? He's like, well, what if I swim naked in a
That's not
lake?
even his butt. Look it up.
Really.
That's not even his butt. That was a stand-in.
Damn.
Kevin Costner had a stand-in. He actually admitted it on like morning television back in the day.
This is also the second podcast with you that we're talking about someone's ass too.
You know what I mean?
Because we saw what's his name? We saw
I don't know why I'm spending time looking into this.
what's
right now.
what's his
Oh,
name?
you should look at.
Christian's,
do-
yeah, we saw Christian
Do you not
Slater's
believe me?
Slater's ass.
No, I believe you, but it's going to take a little more internet research than
Well,
I'm capable
I
of
took
doing
a
at the moment.
picture and sent it to him
Of Christian Slater's butt.
of him fucking on the TV.
I remember
Like,
that.
I
Yeah.
had-
We watched it afterwards.
Oh,
After you guys left, we watched the scene in question. Yeah.
It's kind of,
We,
you know,
me held hands.
Yeah, we
it's
did.
kind
we
of
did all
hot.
that.
It's kind of a hot scene. It's weird.
It was not a hot scene.
No, it's so weird.
Not in the slightest.
does it say-
Only
I mean-
hot in the sense of like they're near a fire.
Yeah, because isn't that just, that's the weirdest kind of like, oh, we're just going to have sex now?
With a stranger, yes, I think.
Yeah, it
with a
was kinda
stranger,
weird.
yes. With your partner, probably no.
Kind of weird. So, what did you think of his big speech?
Which one?
The one where he's like walking on a huge log. You know, where he's
Oh,
like
yes, yes.
rallies everybody
Yes.
back
Oh,
together.
Yeah. He wants to act.
Let's just go and die.
I'm very excited to act today, guys. The crew has everyone set up. We've got everyone's in makeup. Good. Let's have a good take today, guys. I'm excited to deliver this monologue.
I wonder,
Like,
do you think
that's-
he was like on drugs?
No.
You know?
I just think
No.
that he wasn't like prepared for this type of role.
I don't think he does drugs, to be honest. You know, I know his kids. I've met his kids.
You've met his kids.
Yeah, they went to school in Providence. I used to sing with Lily for a little while. I insulted her, I guess, once. She had just started playing guitar, and she played a show that I had played, and I was sitting at a breakfast table with Bob Giusti, Spaga, Dan Dodd, who used to be, well, whatever, it's Dan Dodd, and actually from Bermuda Records or something. I have a really cool table and she comes up, and she's just like starts trashing her guitar playing, and I shushed her, and I guess that was like a big no. I mean, dude, she wouldn't talk to me for like 3 weeks. And then she
Kevin
finally,
Costner's
Lily, finally forgave me. But I shushed her because it was like, psh, like no one wants to hear that shit. No one wants to hear you like rag on yourself, especially if she's like super talented singer. Like incredible. And she didn't play guitar badly. She just played like a beginner. You know? It was nothing to like really dog yourself about. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't like trying to, embarrass her in front of people. It was kind of like a please, you know?
Yeah. I really need to see Waterworld.
Do you?
I want to very much.
I think you guys need to do a
Costner Curious.
Curious about Costner.
Sure, yeah.
Costner Curious. He's done a lot of films. I
Yeah.
mean, you
I
guys
saw-
must be getting to the end of your Connery.
Well,
Few
if
more
we
left.
flip over to the wheel here real quick.
A few more weeks, 2 months maybe.
Oh,
Worth?
wow. You guys, this is a lot of fun talking about him.
Let me see.
I mean, we didn't really talk about him yet.
12 left.
12
We've got
movies left.
13 films remaining.
You guys haven't done the Highlander yet?
Not
We've
yet.
done
Did
Highlander
the first
1.
one.
Yeah.
And
our
that one has
guest-
a weird story to
Time
it.
Bandits, huh?
And honestly, with Highlander 2, we're probably going to watch it twice. I think we should, because the two versions are going to be so different from
There's
each
two
other.
different cuts of it.
There's two cuts, and they're very different from each other. Like, story-altering different.
Really?
Yes. So,
Oh.
yeah. So it's completely different story-wise. So I think we should watch both.
How are they immortals if Connery... Oh,
What?
no spoilers.
Oh, from his fate in the first film? I don't know. That's one of the reasons like we're interested in this movie, or I'm interested in this movie, is how are they gonna bring him back, and how are they gonna how are they gonna bring him back, explain it as aliens, and then on top of that, how are they gonna backtrack that and then edit so it's not aliens?
Simple. It's the fucking multiverse.
Maybe.
Fucking Connery's fighting Spider-Man somewhere in a different
There's
fucking
a lot
Earth.
of multiverse lately.
Multiverse.
Connery
Yes.
is Spider-Man somewhere.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man, please, to jerk off to.
Oh my god.
Please.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Wow.
But yeah, see, quite the list left.
Yeah,
here.
So this movie was kind of it's weird, isn't it? It's kind of
It
hard.
is a very weird film.
It can go easy, it can go hard, it can be fun, it can be like you're kind of confused at times. I think mostly just trying to figure out like what the hell they're trying to do with this story, you know? I mean, it's the Robin Hood story. You guys don't know much. You haven't seen it much, but I've seen it a few times and played, you know?
Forgive me, now I'm reading about some of the.
But yeah,
Alan Rickman's
it definitely
trivia.
feels like there were a couple of cooks in the kitchen making this
Carrie
movie.
Elwes was offered the role. Wow.
Wow.
Thought the plot was too contrived.
So what was I wanted to find that thing about, apparently Rickman had turned this down. I just want to be
Yes.
correct about that.
Could you imagine if Carrie Elways actually played Kevin Costner's role?
Yeah, and
That would've
then
been insane.
did it in the spoof as well? Or
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he just would have been a way better, Kevin Costner. I really want to do this movie.
my boat.
I really want
so
a Chicago deep dish.
It looks like Alan Rickman didn't want to do this because he found the dialogue to be bland.
He called off Christmas.
But he said he'd do the role if they let him ad lib. And
How heavy to call off Christmas, and he was in one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time,
what movie?
Die Hard.
Oh, yes, yes.
That was a great line. He just ad libbed it. He made that up.
That's
And the
fucking
spoon
sick.
line as well.
And the spoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon. Was an improvisation. He had
Shit.
found his character's dialogue to be bland and one-dimensional, so he was always looking for ways to make it more interesting and amusing.
And the facial expressions, man.
And the noises he makes, he sounds like a fucking animal, like a wild rabbit animal. I should
He
do
is. I mean, he
supercut of
drools
his
a lot.
noises.
I mean, he's frothy. He's very frothy
He is
in
as
this.
frothy as his hair.
Yeah, him diving into all the treasure and shit like, on the table.
Yes, as he's drunk.
Yeah, he just fucking or was he? Like he was like that the whole film. I felt like he just.
Oh, I think in that scene he was playing drunk for sure.
But he's just so super animated and insane. It's like really fun to watch. I
Richard
would have saw a
Lewis,
whole movie
man.
with him.
Right? Richard Lewis is the bad guy in...
No, he's the king.
Oh,
he's
he's...
Who is it in Men in Tights?
Yeah, he's the king. He's like the other king or whatever.
Prince John.
Prince John, yeah.
Okay, he's
Roger
not the sheriff.
Rees.
And he has the mole. It's always a different spot every time you see him in the movie.
Roger Rees was the sheriff of Rottingham.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I was like, every time they were in the witch's like chamber, I'm waiting to see a cardboard cutout of the sheriff of Nottingham in the background, like they did in the movie. Because like the whole that's the thing. It's like they play it as the witch is like in love with him.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that?
Yes.
Like that which made me laugh when the whole mother twist came up too. And then you got Patrick Stewart making out with Maid Marian at the end and shit. Like I must give away the bride, and they start making out and shit. I was waiting for
I need to
Connery
rewatch this movie.
if I had time, I was like, I wanted to do it like right after watching. I want to watch Men in Tights, but I had to stream, so I was like, maybe tonight when I go home, if I have time, I'm gonna watch it because
Yeah.
it's good. I'm gonna have more appreciation for that movie after watching this one because I'm like
It'd be like
watching
watching Spaceballs and never having seen Star Wars.
Yeah, because we're like talking about it, like well, we gotta like we had like a bit where we're gonna like read the script of Men in Tights
Like
and
we
like
were
that.
just gonna. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna read the wiki for Men in Tights.
But I
rather
just
than-
didn't realize how similar the two movies were.
Because of Princess Bride, he turned it down? Because he had already
What year
done
was
that?
Princess Bride?
Right before this, maybe.
87. So 4 years before.
Yeah, why is he turn this down? But then he's like, I'll do a spoof.
Right?
Maybe he didn't want to be serious at that point. He wanted to do because what else did he do?
Well, he
before
was in
that?
Hot
Working
Shots.
with Mel Brooks is gonna be fun. Well, okay. So what has Kevin Reynolds directed at this point? Before 1991, Kevin Reynolds. Oh, he directed Waterworld. Holy shit. He directed Red Dawn, Fandango, and The Beast.
Okay.
He wrote Red Dawn.
Oh, he wrote Red Dawn. I'm sorry, and he directed Proof, which does not have a Wikipedia page.
Waterworld.
Directed Tristan and Isolde, The Count of Monte
Count
Cristo.
of Monte Cristo is a good film.
Huh.
If y'all haven't seen that,
I have not.
I recommend it.
I needed the Hatfield and McCoy's series.
That was also a great series.
I heard good things. So I'd be interested to watch more of his work, but I can imagine Carrie Elwes probably wanted to work with Mel Brooks. Can imagine that goes a long way. Yeah.
But was that movie planned? Like how far off that movie planned?
Oh, probably as soon as this came out.
This came out. Mel Brooks probably saw it and already had jokes.
He was writing the jokes as it because this movie, as we're saying, it's weird. Like a lot of it, it's like surreal how like much effort has gone into the costumes and the sets and the cinematography and the just all of it. So much effort goes into it, but then the execution feels like not half-ass, like 3/4 ass. You know what I mean?
Three-quarter ass.
Like it just something feels off about.
It's totally Hollywood.
Good chunk of this movie.
It's totally Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think they wanted to make
Historical.
it cool. They wanted to make like something like historical cool.
it's like a
know?
it's like a really weak. Like, could you imagine if Quentin Tarantino directed this?
Oh,
like
man.
Inglourious
I
Bastards.
would love
He'd be-
that. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like
Also, speaking of Mission Impossible, we've been doing Mission Impossible nights in the studio
Yeah.
here. We just watched 7 again. Speaking
Nice.
of Cary Elwes, have you seen Mission Impossible 7?
I've seen them all.
Dead Reckoning. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Got Cary
Yeah.
Elwes in it. Yeah.
He's got a kind of a turn kind of
Yeah,
character.
he's the government agent.
At the end,
Yeah.
they're on the train, right? Yeah. Okay.
What an action
Yeah, I
sequence.
saw.
What a fun thing to watch in theaters.
I got sick in New Orleans.
I remember you telling me this. Yeah.
I got really ill from I got
an
home
August
to
one,
the
right?
hotel. No, that was Ireland. No, I went out
Oh,
and partied
okay.
in New Orleans last November. I went to see the Red Rockers 40th anniversary show
Hell yeah.
at Tipitina's, and I went out. I had friends there. I mean, we were going off, and then we went to Lafitte's blacksmith shop for the end of the night because my hotel was right like 2 blocks away. And I remember I got up to go to brunch the next day. I got to brunch. I sat down for about 30 seconds. I stood back up and I went back to my hotel. And I was ill for, at least the next 14 hours.
Oh my
It was
lord.
just-
Shit.
yeah, I was just, I had way too much tequila Saturday.
Yep, Nola will do that
And
too.
I ended up watching the whole Mission Impossible,
Hell yeah.
all of them
Nice.
in a row. They were on all day. It was great. I got a muffaletta delivered, and all of a sudden I felt 100%. I should have just eaten the muffaletta first thing in the morning, and I probably wouldn't have had any issues at all.
Sure.
You know? There's a lot of plot. 2 hours and 40 minutes, a lot of stuff happens. It's not easily talked about, and somehow there's a love melody that comes in from Bryan Adams. But let's Sean Connery shows up.
Yeah. All right. I feel like this is a good place to maybe wrap this up.
Yeah.
So, okay, real quick, I'm gonna say that.
You can edit out all my evil
No,
things
you-
too. Sorry, folks.
We'll figure it out in the edit.
Yeah.
This movie really ramps up in the last third. And
Sure,
I
yeah.
really, really, really started to enjoy it. We'll get into that in the ratings.
They had
So-
the catapults. They were catapulting
Yes!
That shit was
themselves.
awesome.
There was some really good action, some
Holy
good
fuck.
Hollywood, like fun action, and that's what made this film work with
Fuck
audiences.
me, he cleared it.
Yeah. And he tried to do his English accent with that too. Fuck me, like Jack Nicholson doing
The
an
moment
English
where he
accent.
hugs Connery when they realize, or Costner when he admits that they're brothers. His accent's all over the place
Oh,
in that
yeah.
scene too.
You know that he has his hands on his butt, right? When he was doing his speech and crying. He does. Like, watch. You could see Costner's hands, but you can't see his.
Costner's hands are on his own butt,
No.
on Slater's butt.
No. Slater's hands are on Costner's ass.
Oh my god.
And look up, and Costner's real ass, not the one that swam. I can't believe he did a body double, but he's like, you don't want to see my butt. That's what he says.
Well, okay. So the image of now, he's not on Costner's butt, on the double's butt. He's like grabbing another butt. But there's a moment in the movie where I don't know if you guys saw this, where hands on shoulders, right? So someone goes like this. Now you put your hand on his shoulder. And then he puts his hand on someone else's shoulder. And I wanted it to just endlessly happen. Just like the wave the other night at the concert. Just like endlessly, people just constantly putting your hand on the next person's shoulder, and it just becomes an endless line.
Shoulders around the world. Just
Shoulders around
one of the
the room.
persons, it cuts to the sheriff, and he's like,
So they're getting married. Everything happens. Catapults, people flying everywhere, clearing shit. Fucking-
badass fucking arrow shots.
Marion says the name of the movie. How do you feel being Robin of the Hood, Prince of Thieves?
It's true.
Right?
Punch that in, Dylan.
Men speak conveniently of love when it serves their purpose. And when it doesn't, 'tis a burden to them. Robin of the Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That woman was so beautiful. Probably is so beautiful. Probably still beautiful.
I
You know
bet.
what I'm saying?
She's very beautiful.
Yeah. And she didn't do anything to herself, which I think is awesome.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
I just want to cover the last of these notes real quick, because there's only a few left. Tuck reminds me of Jack Black.
He was on that Whose Line Is It Anyway, I think? The English version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was,
Friar Tuck.
He was in a lot of stuff.
Michael McShane.
yeah, he
Yeah, oh, wow. On Whose Line Is It Anyway? From 88 to 97.
yeah,
Oh, my
he was,
God.
He was a big part of that show. He was great. Great improv actor.
Avenger Penguins? What? Whoa. Okay, we need to watch Avenger Penguins.
It's from England. That's
I'm
probably why
down.
I haven't seen it.
Wow. Okay.
That's Office Space. That's where I always remember him from. It's Office Space.
Who?
Who's he playing Office Space?
Oh, he plays one of the
Oh, Dr. Swanson.
guys that comes in and
Yes.
interviews.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yes, I'm like,
When Homeboy's just like, yeah, this is what I do. They love it.
Office Space. That's a great movie.
He's an American actor. Okay, last couple of notes. Okay, Burning Bridge, I really like that sequence. Why does he pick up poop? Oh, it's to be a smelly homeless
'Cause
person.
people will stay away from
Yeah.
him.
And then my final non-Connery note. Why does Azim separate the carts so that the cart goes into the river and whoever's in it drowns?
Surrender your weapons and I give you my word, you shall go free! No, don't do that! Ah! What are you... James! Ah!
This was genius.
Very cool.
Those little Batman fucking
Yeah.
hiding places.
Michael Wincott is awesome. I love him in.
I
this.
was stressed that dude was gonna get run
I
over.
was so stressed he was going to get run over. So he's saying, give up your weapons. I give you my word. You go free. They're offering to let these people go. This is feasibly going to cause them to drown.
And he's like, you will drown.
And no resolve.
Yeah,
We
they
don't
got
find
the
out
weapons, right?
If we
Or
don't
the-
find out if the people lived, like, did they just commit murder?
Well, at 2 hours and 40 minutes, you gotta pick and choose what you can keep in the film.
But it
Was
would be as simple.
important?
It would be as simple as once this camera pans out, you just see the rich couple like
With like bags on their heads.
yeah,
or
like
something.
or like now on your way with you. You know what I mean? Like nothing. You show like they end up with Friar Tuck, but that's it.
Friar Tuck wouldn't be down with them if they
Humping
killed
the
those
air.
people.
Yeah. So it's just a little confusing.
Yeah, I totally forgot
Almost
about
as
that.
much as the accents.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you got. They can't make up their mind, man, in this film, and I think at one point they just abandoned all reason.
It's like Connery. And we talk about all the time how Connery does
Never
not.
does.
He's
It's like-
played a Middle Eastern person twice,
What-
and
what
doesn't
did-
do an accent.
What do we know about what people really sounded like in 1192? I mean,
Oh,
that's the
I'll tell
Hollywood
you.
argument right
I'll
there.
tell you.
Federure thu thearton helvunum, si thin nama I halgod, tobe come thin riche, I urde thin willa, un eordan swaswaun helvunum.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be sitting at the Hollywood table when someone said what I just said, and they'd be going like, "Yeah, man, you can't really tell."
Yeah,
go
of
ahead,
course.
say
You-
whatever you want.
But now you can though.
Oh,
I feel
sure.
like you could do this now with period dialogue, and have it work.
Mel Gibson would.
Like, yeah, he really would. Yeah.
You would go.
Weirdo.
And I haven't seen Prey either.
You
But
what?
I haven't seen Prey, the new Predator film. But
Dude, that's not so new anymore.
I know it's a couple years old.
I've seen it.
But there's a version where
And
it's
it's
all
beautiful.
in Navajo, I believe.
Yeah, you got to read it.
Yeah.
That's like the new Godzilla picture.
Yeah, that was great.
One we had to like
watched
now
That
on
was
Netflix.
epic. That was so
Awesome.
good.
We watched that in here.
I
the other
wish
night.
I waited because I purchased it for like $9 to stream, and it was on HBO or whatever, Netflix the next day.
Yeah, it took forever for us to get it in the States. I think that's
Well, we saw it in the theaters.
It was so good.
It was awesome.
That story was amazing.
Best Godzilla movie, I think.
Maybe best picture of that year. I don't know.
Of last year.
I mean, the story was amazing. It was beautiful.
When did it come out this year? It came out this year.
Yeah, it was just it went by.
Was it this year? Shit.
No, it won last year for best effects.
2023, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Huh. Wow.
it feels like just yesterday.
Well, so you're done with that. Can we talk about Sean Connery for a second when he
Let's
shows up?
talk about
Well, I want to
Connery.
ask you.
Because
So
We've
you
reached the end.
so you saw this in theaters when it first came out.
Oh yeah, we had
So-
no idea.
So
he was
so
gonna
what
be in
was
this
your
film.
reaction to seeing him, if you remember?
There's no advertising. He's not credited at all in this movie.
I almost jumped out of my seat. I mean, he was first of all, my dad. I saw it with my biological down in Texas. You know, at 13, and when my mom and him split up when I was 5, so I hadn't really seen him much. Maybe every couple years, my dad and I would get together. So we're watching this film together, and then all of a sudden, James Bond is on the film. Who we used to watch a lot of films together. It was it was exciting. It was awesome. It was like the whole theater started laughing, and was just joyed. It was cool.
It's got to be like your, spoilers for Deadpool Wolverine, but, seeing Blade come back. We're seeing any like big actor come back in a cameo, like that must have been the sort of feeling there.
It was a little bit more special too, because we live in a time now where special just happens every day. It's kind of weird.
A little too much now.
Yeah, this is okay. As I was saying earlier, the third act of the movie really like ramped up for me, and I really got invested. That's where I'm in for this movie. Like I wasn't really in on the first 2/3, but this ending, I'm really having fun. And then it gets to the end, and it's the wedding scene. And my brain, as soon as I hear him say, at 2 hours, 28 minutes...
right, or something?
2 hours, 28 minutes, and 33 seconds, he said, "Hold, I speak."
Then I now pronounce you, hold, I speak.
Richard!
My brain, the dopamine receptor started firing.
You forgot he was in the film. You forgot why you were watching the film.
That's how good the third act of this movie is. I forgot Sean Connery. I forgot I was watching this for this podcast.
It's true.
Well, I only remember because my wife kept saying, like, isn't Sean Connery in this movie? I'm like, no, trust me, he is.
They hammer us with so much, and then they show us a really good dance at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They give us all this shit to drink, and then it's like, here you go. Here's a special time. And you forget that Sean Connery is going to be there.
I tallied up his total screen time every second that he's on film.
Minute and a half?
40 seconds.
40 seconds. That's
Flat.
Ish.
Wow.
Like, obviously, you get the reaction time
How
on my
much do you
finger.
think he got paid for that 40 seconds? To stop playing golf, to go over to,
Was he filming anything at this time?
Did they film him he did get off a horse, right? So he had to wear the full...
Yeah, the gear
thing.
on, everything.
He is dressed to the nines.
It wasn't like from the waist up.
$250,000 for an uncredited cameo as Richard the Lionheart.
40 seconds.
His role encompassed 2 days on set, 2 minutes of screen time, and
2
very
days
little
on set.
dialogue. And that's 2 minutes of screen time is from when he shows up to the end credits. Actual time he's on screen, from me hitting my stopwatch on my phone, 40 seconds, give or take a second.
Yeah, the horse doesn't count.
No,
you see
I'm
the
going,
side of the horse.
I go from the second you see his face. That's usually how we measure this. So, but 2:28:33 is when we first hear him. Hold, I speak.
Can we watch that?
Can we just say?
We totally can.
And I mean, he looks beautiful.
He looks amazing.
He looks like a king.
Look how cool he looks.
Here we go. This wedding is gorgeous. What a gorgeous wedding.
Do you think they kept doing it? Do you think they kept making out till they actually they fucked in front of the dead corpses of those?
Do you find it's weird that Friar Tuck is constantly breaking the fourth wall?
No, I love it. I love it.
I love her dress and her hairpiece. And look at his costume. Oh my god, I love it
I'm
so
waiting
much.
for the Green Knight to show up.
I know.
How cool would that have been? I speak. Yeah, I want to see. Is it him coming off the horse?
Okay, so he's on camera
Now
now.
pronounce you hold. I speak.
Richard!
Hell yeah. I imagine the audience applauding.
Azim, kneel to the east.
I will not allow this wedding to proceed. My lord. Unless.
I've already had her.
Oh god.
I'm telling you, if they started making out, it would be the funniest shit ever.
And yes, I counted.
Was that him trying to be like Han Solo? Yeah.
Right? I counted
Pigeons.
doves. I counted that where you see his arms as screen time.
Get out of it. We waste good celebration time.
See, I love
so
that. He's
happy.
like fucking Deadpool.
He's so happy.
Yeah, he likes his wine, his ale, whatever he's drinking.
His beer.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I think
Beer.
that brings us to the end, guys. What do
Yeah,
you think? Anyone else
sure.
got anything to say on
Oh no, it was
this before we get into our
it was a
ratings?
good journey.
Great journey. So, as you guys know at home, after we have our discussion about the film, we go into the scoring section of everything, where, of course, it's going to be a weirder one this week, but we're going to rate the movie, the man himself, Sean Connery. Also, if the SHs, the sexiness, and the musical score of the film as well.
Cool.
So yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard we're gonna have to really land on those 40 seconds that we had with the man, with the SH rating. We'll start off with you, sir. What's your SH rating?
For SHs?
For like his thickness.
For the 40
and
seconds
his
we get him,
accent.
and the 6 or so lines of dialogue.
Kris Hansen.
Well, I mean, if we're talking words, and there were 6 words, and he shushed it like for a few of them, I'm gonna have to give him 100%.
Ooh, so a 10?
10.
Ooh, a 10 on the SH.
I mean, we're talking about 40 seconds. In 40 seconds, his SH was pretty prevalent and wonderful.
Sure, yeah. So on to me here. We do tend to rank him pretty highly in the 90s as where it starts to really get thick. It's
It
the
looks
end
like our
of his-
lowest is Dragonheart.
Yeah, look
And
at
Medicine-
it
you with
all.
Medicine Man.
It's all 10s to 110 and a couple 9s.
It's pretty high up there for a while.
So yeah, I think I'd probably sit there at a 9 for mine. It's definitely thick. But obviously the big one is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Like we'll see how Sir Billy is when we get to that at the end. But it is very much up there. But cousin, it says cousin. I feel like there's an SH in there. Very thick. Not the thickest he's been in the 90s, but it's there. And it's the beginning of the 90s too, because we see the beginning 7, then it goes with 8, 7. Jumps to a 10, then it's a 9, that's a 6, it's a 9, 9, 9. So it's like
It was very thick in Just Cause.
yeah, very, very. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 9 on mine.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Ooh, going
Yeah.
down the line.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah, it was pretty consistent. Like, so hold, I speak, but then the next one was
Speak?
it wasn't. He didn't. It was just speak.
I speak.
And then the next
Speak.
one was
I
thick. And then
speak.
there were a couple in there that weren't. They weren't aged. So
Okay.
8. I'm giving it an 8.
A nice 8. I like it.
All right, we'll move on to our sexy rating. This is gonna be an interesting one.
So for you, Chris, what's your sexy rating? It's like the sexiness of the movie, and then maybe some of the people in it.
And Connery, all of it gets factored in together.
Ooh, man.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, as we said before, like,
This is an
5
ugly-
Days, One Summer, he looks good in that movie. but it's not a sexy movie because
This is an ugly
incest.
film. The most beautiful part is Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio
Yeah.
and Sean Connery.
You don't think Kevin Costner looks good in this?
No, I think his neck is starting to sag, and he's looking like an auntie with a mullet.
Auntie with a bullet.
You know, sorry,
Auntie
I don't
mullet.
know, auntie mullet.
Auntie bullet.
So, yeah, sexy. I'm gonna have to go with 7.5.
Okay.
I mean, the sheriff's mother alone is
Gross.
enough to kill all boners.
Oh, you wouldn't hit it?
Oh no, Tracy Ullman. No.
Mario, how about you, bud?
So Connery, $1,000,000, especially with this is the how many times have we seen him as a king? So many times.
Yeah.
This is probably up there in
First night.
Yeah,
So the
First
man
Night,
who would be king,
Man Who
first
Would Be
night.
King.
Zanzibar. No, I don't know.
That might be it.
First night. Not Sword of the Valiant, he's not a king.
Oh, do you count him in when he plays a Middle Eastern person? Isn't he a king?
Oh, yeah.
Technically,
In Winning the Lion.
Win the Lion.
But he's not really a king.
He's a king in Time Bandits, I believe.
We haven't gotten to that one yet.
No, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Have you
The
seen
Next
it at
Man,
all?
he's like
I've never seen it.
he's a high up
Never
government
seen it.
official in The Next Man. Forgive me now.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, of all the king costumes, this is the best one. He looks dope.
Oh, Macbeth.
Oh, and Macbeth, of course.
And Adventure Story.
That's it.
So the two TV movies.
So I think he looks like $1,000,000. Alan Rickman, shout out to Alan Rickman. I think he looks awesome in this. Like the hair, the costume, everything looks good. So I think it's sexy. Obviously, some of the rapey stuff is not cool, and it is a very dirty movie. Because I don't, even if someone did have fucking sex in this, it'd be great. It's like when I watch Game of Thrones.
All the kids need a bar of soap.
Yeah, man. Like I'm watching Game of Thrones, and like if I see a sex scene, I'm like, that must be nasty down there. Ugh. When you see Jason Momoa fucking Daenerys like from behind in the first season, I'm like, they're hot people, but like it's gotta be gross.
It feels gross.
That's
yeah.
gotta be dirty. So I think.
Noah's dong's been touching horse.
Oh yeah, like yeah. Then they never.
And not washed.
It's very
since.
very
Unwashed
sandy
horse
and
meaty.
gross.
Yeah.
It's like
Smelly.
don't see that. That's Aquaman, bro.
Smells like your armpits when you haven't, used deodorant.
That plus crap. But I think I'm going to hang with Chris and say 7.5 as well, because there are some beautiful people in here. And I'm
Some dirty people, too.
But they're gross. Their teeth. Oh my God, the yellow teeth.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow, you are being harsh tonight.
Well, it's just not that sexy. Of a
Just being
film.
real. Just being
As
real.
as we're talking, it's that Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, Kevin Costner. I think Christian Slater looks very good in this movie.
I thought that's where you got the yellow teeth from. Was
No, somebody else at the end has like really fucking yellow teeth. That's
I will say one of the creepiest looking people in this movie is Little John. He's a creepy looking guy. He's got a smile to scare children.
yeah.
Really? I thought he had more of like he gave me Hagrid vibes.
Yeah. a
Like
little bit.
Robbie Coltrane.
Drank too much at the bar, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, but he looked like this guy.
Dude, I remember that. The Hulk fought another Hulk.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, tell me that doesn't look like him.
Maybe, I don't know.
A little bit. Just give him a big pole.
I suppose. I don't know. He had kind of like a space in his teeth a little bit too. Like I don't know. I thought he was.
I mean, yeah, he's not that
He's
creepy,
like,
but
yeah, look at him. He seems like.
Seems friendly.
Yeah.
Seems like a guy that
Look
would
at
help
him.
you paint your house and then fuck your wife. You know what I mean?
he would help you paint your house and,
And then-
help you fuck your wife.
Hey, if we don't get no tolls,
he'd
we don't
help
get
you
no
paint your
rolls.
house, but then he'd turn around and fuck your wife. You know?
Hey, toll's a toll.
Got to pay the cheese tax.
Alrighty.
But all right, let's move on to the musical score. Oh, I got some words about this.
All right, so we didn't say who does the musical score of this movie. Michael Kamen. Not the first time we've had Michael Kamen do a score on
That's
this
very true,
podcast.
yeah.
He did
Brian
the
Adams.
score for The Next Man.
That's
And
right.
Jeff Lynne.
Yeah, and we got Jeff Lynne and Bryan Adams on this. Everything I do. And Michael Kamen, I was just listening to the Metallica S&M record. He leads the orchestra on that record.
Oh shit! No
Look,
way.
we're talking some serious chops.
Yeah.
The music served its purpose. It had these like rolling moments. It wasn't ugly music.
No.
Bryan Adams won a Grammy.
Are we factoring that in?
Well, I think we should. I think it
absolutely.
matters in this case. I mean, because it's pop dribble. But
it's like you would definitely include, Back in Time by Huey Lewis and the News and Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
But that's in the movie.
But
or is that just in the credits?
Oh, it is.
This was in the movie.
No, Back in Time.
Everything
is in the credits.
I Do It For You is in the movie when they're standing on the shore.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They have their first kind of like, oh, we might be in love kind of moment.
Okay.
It's playing above, just like maybe a trickling
instrumental
on the
a
piano or
little bit.
strings or something.
I need to rewatch that scene.
Well, we can continue with the ratings.
Yeah,
maybe,
not right now, but later. Punch it in, Dylan.
It was good to see you again, Marion.
It was good to be seen.
Okay, what are you giving the music, Chris? As a fellow musician.
Now you're fucking them. As a fellow musician, I mean, for the classical score, I'm gonna go with 6.8.
Ooh.
A 6.8.
6.8.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hard with music,
Okay. Mario?
Yeah, I think again with that opening bit of music, it's just very.
Are you also hard with
nostalgic.
music right now?
My hard with music? I could be.
You got him hard with music.
Music makes me hard for sure. But yeah, I think that was very nostalgic. So that like I said, every week I always kind of base my score on if it was memorable, and it was pretty memorable for me. And the Bryan Adams stuff is a good, amazing song. I think
definitely broke. Like that song got so big it broke itself.
Really, yeah.
Like.
Well, that's why I reacted the way I did. I'm like, oh, this song?
Yeah.
Is that when's the last time you heard that song? You know what I mean?
On the radio, like all the time.
It's still on the radio all the
Fuck
time?
I hear it sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
For sure.
Yeah.
But
I don't listen to the radio all that much.
I always
but
feel like if I don't, like the radio will someday change and there won't be all the Chili Peppers and Led Zeppelin and shit like that.
There'll always be those stations.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although, funny enough, side note, I was in Nashville last week, and we had some
In
local
the Nashville?
in the Nashville, and
Balls deep.
we're driving around, and my friend had the radio on, and there were some like banger rock songs on there. I'm like, what channel is there? Local rock stuff. It was like
Yeah.
they were just playing like Pearl Jam songs I haven't heard in years, and fucking like deeper fucking Aerosmith tunes.
Nice.
And stuff, and like funny enough, then they break up like 2 days later.
Are they done forever?
But they're
Yeah.
done. They're done. Steven Tyler's voice can't do it anymore. But yeah,
Is
sorry.
that what he said?
How's about
Yeah.
Charlie is thinking about going to Nashville to do a record?
Ooh. Okay.
Skittle?
I'll take a skill.
Infused
It's
Skittle?
infused.
Sure. I mean, milligrams is really cool.
I don't know.
Okay.
Not. It's 300 in the whole package, so
Man.
they're probably like 6. They're freeze dried,
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
sour Skittles. Oh, don't put your fingers all over them, please.
I couldn't,
No, that's what I like.
I couldn't even get my fingers on one of them.
I like that. No, take 2.
No, I'm saying
You guys should eat 2.
one is cool. Thank you.
No, I'm good, yeah. This will get me Taco Bell on time, before they close.
You've got good music.
So do you, dude.
Oh, thank you.
You got good music. I like the cover album a lot.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude.
I put out another one. Not covers, but I put out another 4-song EP and then another single. Just maybe the 31st and the 1st.
Just a week ago?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Okay, well, where can the viewers find that? We're back into it.
Oh shit. You can find that on Spotify and Amazon Music and anywhere you can stream or buy music.
Hell yeah. And search for it how?
It's Kris Hansen's Viking Jesus
Oh,
in
yeah.
Love. That is the 4-song EP, and we did a remastered version of Here We Stay,
Oh yeah.
which is the single.
Hell yeah.
you know.
Look it up, folks. Check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all right.
All right, let's continue with our ratings. Musical score, Mario.
But yeah, with all that being said, I think I'm going to hit it with a solid 7.
Solid 7.
I was definitely, it was on my lips, 7, but...
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Whoa, he's going higher for these.
Yeah, I really liked this musical score. It wasn't phenomenal, but it did a pretty good job where it needed to.
Works for the movie. I think.
And now knowing that Brian Adams and Jeff Lynne are part of it, kind of like it a little bit more.
No, it's definitely pretty cool. I think, you know, musically it's beautiful. Lyrically it didn't, it's kind of, you know, it's fluff.
Yeah.
Everything I do.
Yeah, it's
you know,
it's a pop
true.
song. I don't
Everything
like that
I do,
song.
I do it for you.
Yeah, it's not a great song by any means. But
It won a
I kinda-
Grammy.
I like the reaction I had to it. Where I go, oh, this song? Like, if it made me do that, I'm like, okay, it gets a bonus point 0.5 for that. But yeah, I really like Michael Kamen's work. He did a great job in The Next Man. I really like his X-Men 1 soundtrack. Like, Michael Kamen has done some really good work, and obviously that Metallica S&M record. Whew, incredible orchestration, composition on that. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
All right.
So let's go to the film rating.
The big one.
Chris? Oh, you don't have to go first if you don't want to. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I'm just, you know, it's a good story. It's got a lot of, I mean, the costumes are good. The scenery's good. Alan Rickman's great. Music, I mean, Sean Connery at the end. You know, there's nostalgia vibe there. I'm gonna go 7.
Wow, really? That's it? I figured you'd give it a higher rating. But
I've watched a lot of films in my life.
That's true. That's true.
And I watch movies all the time. And I'm just saying, like, I mean, I do not own this at home.
Really?
I might have at one point in my life, but I sold it.
Okay.
I should give it a higher rating, but the truth is, I've seen so many films that are better. I can't really,
That's true. Yeah.
I can't really. I can't go any higher for this fantasy. I mean, even Errol Flynn's like Robin Hood. I own that. I have that. You know, I like that film, and it's really. It's something else. But,
Okay, I've never seen Errol Flynn as Robin Hood. I'm interested.
It's just, you know, it's like Captain Blood or any of his other films. But
I've never seen any Errol Flynn film, but we will. Lilacs in the Spring.
That's true.
You guys need to
Watch, we'll get that this time.
you need to come by sometime, do a movie night.
Yeah, I'm down.
You know, maybe we can get one going.
Or you bring the movie here and we have movie night here.
Yeah, it depends on if
projector.
I'm streaming it or if it's hard copy. I do have hard copy films, a lot of them.
Well,
like probably 2,000 hard copy films. And
I
then
remember editing the last episode, Tara said something along the lines of 750 the last time she counted.
I counted 1,500. I mean, if there's less, it's because my kids took them, but I've bought more since I counted them.
And I only know that because I edited that episode, so I heard it.
Yeah, she's
more
crazy.
than once.
Way more than 750.
Well, we've got all the streaming services and whatnot. And
I have that
DVD
too.
players
Yeah,
but
I can like
we got
sign
the
into
projectors over here.
my Movies Anywhere and my Vudu
Yeah.
and.
We've been having movie
Prime
nights here at
and-
the studio. It's been nice.
Yeah, we should.
Kill the lights, throw the projectors on. It's nice.
Let's do it.
All right, film rating, Mario.
All right, yeah, I was kind of up there too, around the 7. I might give it a 7.5. I think it was a good movie. I thought it was fun. Of the Robin Hood flicks I've seen in the past, I think this is one of the better ones, I think.
Maybe the best, besides
best.
Disney and Men in Tights.
Yeah, it's up there. And
Not Errol Flynn's, though, sorry.
But, like, you know, and we always talk about in the film rating, would you watch it again? I would watch it again. You know, it's my first time seeing it, and I was like, yeah, I would like to see it again, and maybe, you know, maybe try to catch stuff I missed, or, you know, small details. And again, I loved seeing Rickman in this movie, man. Like, he was. If we were to give a Rickman rating,
It would be a 10.
Oh, for sure.
10, like easy.
There were just things that kind of brought it down a little bit. Chicago pizza accent. You know, there are things that I'm going to be a stickler. The Bears. The
That's
Bears.
it.
Oh, it's good.
But yeah, 7.5 for me,
7.5.
baby.
How am I beating you guys on this one? I'm giving it an 8.
Whoa.
I really liked this movie in the third act. The first two
The
acts.
third act is probably an 8.
The first two
Easy.
acts.
8.5.
Guys, the first 2 acts, it took me 3 days to watch.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You had to pause it a lot.
I had to pause
your
it a
ADD
lot.
was like, fuck
Yeah.
you, kid. I'm
But
not
then
watching this.
the third act, all in.
All in.
Everything from the burnt down village onward.
Balls deep.
I'm all in.
Damn,
Everything
man,
from
3
Christian
days.
Slater crying onwards for me.
Oh, when they reunite?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
anything, like, I didn't.
Now, the burnt village scene I didn't really love that much, but afterwards,
But
once it's presumed he's dead.
his crying and stuff, like his acting, I don't know. I wasn't having it after the accent stuff.
Fair enough. I like Christian Slater a lot in this film. I think he did a better job in this than he did in The Name of the Rose. Well,
I don't
actually,
know.
he's more. There's
He
more
served
focus
his-
given to him
He
in The Name of
served
the
his
Rose.
purpose in The Name of the Rose.
Yeah.
In this movie, his purpose was to help push the plot, a little bit of a side, twist.
Yeah.
I'm your brother. Your father loved you more than he loved me. Or my father. Look.
Yeah, we are brothers. Look at that. Yeah, it's me. It's Ring. It's Paul. Yeah, I'm your brother, John. You're not my brother. Yeah, I am.
You can't be my
I
brother.
Yeah, I saw our parents fuck. They made you. I saw it.
That's not possible.
That's your John Lennon?
No, that's my Luke Skywalker, John Lennon.
That's not true. That's not possible.
That's not possible. That can't be true.
That's not true.
That's that man. They really, I don't want to say it.
What?
They really could have done Luke a solid and me a solid in that fucking Last Jedi film, and made him the Luke that we always wanted him to be. Not that
I keep saying that.
screaming little Sally ass girl that fell down the damn hole with his hand cut off and I'm sorry. I'm a Jedi now.
I
No.
take no issue with any of the portrayals of Luke. I liked
Oh, he did himself.
Last Jedi
Fine. I
very
did-
much. I don't like the casino stuff, but
Dude, if you could see my version of Last Jedi, you would like it so much more.
did you do a fan edit?
No.
Okay, well then do a fan edit.
I need to get the whole cast. It's a totally different film.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Same
saying?
thing with me in the third one.
You can't go kill Han Solo and not expect Luke to do some shit. He's not going to toss his lightsaber and be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Those were
It
his
is sad that he and Chewie don't get a good scene.
Kylo Ren would have been a fucking hero in my fucking movie.
Would have been a hero?
Yeah, man.
The
if
original
you-
plan was to not redeem him, was
You-
to make
you-
him get worse.
But you
If
could
I
have
was
redeemed
Luke, I would have
him.
pulled his butthole out through his penis. Just boop. Using the Force, man. That's it. Kylo, what?
Well, I'm telling you, if you were kind of on the right track, if you made fucking Rey evil and Kylo good at the end, and then you just fucking kill her, and then
There's no going
Kylo.
back after you kill Han Solo to being good. I'm
No,
sorry.
yeah,
he tried.
he
but-
became unredeemable, and they should have continued.
Yeah,
down
but then
that
he gave
path.
us that fucking bullshit Han Solo Force Ghost scene.
Yeah, but that's
And,
Rise of Skywalker is a garbage film.
And Han Solo's not even a fucking Jedi. Okay. He knew a couple,
But
whatever.
also, he did
fu-
technically kill Han. Han helped him. He's like, yeah, I'll die. Basically, that's what it is. It's like, I
yeah,
need to do
said it
something,
like that too, grumpy. Like,
but I don't have the
wanna
strength
be
to
here.
it.
I don't think he was.
Yeah.
I thought Han was thinking he was talking about turning back, about quitting his job and turning back to the good side. That's what Han thought he was talking about. He wasn't helping him kill himself.
He got
What are you talking about?
No,
saber.
there's theories out there. I know it's Turner Star Wars podcast. It always does.
Too many stupid theories about Star Wars.
That he turned it on because when the saber goes off, you see Kylo look surprised for a second.
Here's my theory.
Han turned that shit on.
Here's my Star
killed
Wars
himself.
theory.
Han shot first.
We split into this awful Trump administration timeline when George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney. Something in the Force split off during that because Star Wars, while it was a corporate product for sure, it came from some kind of
See, I heard this from R.
purity of creativity.
I've been following this dude online named R, and R says that when George sold that shit, yeah, Trump, you know, you got to get down with R, dude.
Is this
Comes
are
right
you
after,
doing a Q joke?
It comes right after Q. It's R, and I'm telling you,
Real
it's the
Q's that
new,
make
it's
you
the
R?
new. It's the new
No.
on What's Up on Nuno.
Okay, well, we don't have to get any deeper into this.
All right, Ken. What's the how are we doing this?
All right, Sean rating.
Sean rating.
Yeah, let's do
You're
the
up
show.
first, bud.
So now we rate the man himself, his performance, his 40 seconds of performing. What did you think of it, Chris?
Out of 10.
It was a quickie, but I definitely came
and dump in
all
the
over the
bathroom.
place. I friggin' made a mess in my seat. I'm gonna give him a 10. I have
Mario?
to. Dude, it was short, but it was perfect.
It was really especially being someone who covers Connery in a podcast, it was kind of that like sort of like payoff when we finally see him. I kind of got like excited and a little teary-eyed, like happy tears.
He
Like, there
basically
is.
made the whole film after the third act. He
Yes.
was the fourth act.
Yes.
Because the whole movie, you're like, they keep talking about King Arthur. You never see him, and you're like, you know, there's like it's sort of a presence to going back to fucking Star Wars, a Palpatine, if you will. He's somewhere out there.
Somehow.
But
It could
when
not
he-
have been
Richard the
Michael
Lion
Caine.
returned.
It could not have been another English, Scottish type actor. It
No.
had to be.
Who else could this have been?
Connery.
It's perfect, and that's why it also hits again with Men in Tights when it's Patrick Stewart. It's really fucking hilarious because like out of fucking nowhere, this Shakespearean actor fucking coming out there and making out with Marion and shit. It's hilarious, but it's a huge moment and it's big and like 40 seconds of dialogue, not even like 10 seconds of dialogue, if you will, sold me. And I think I'm with Chris. I'm giving that a fucking 10. I was so happy to see that, man.
I'm giving him a 10.
Let's go.
This, guys, I finished this movie here by myself, and when I heard his voice, I went, yes!
What did we give him in Memories of Me?
10.
Did we also give him a 10 in that? Because in that movie, he shows up for literally 10 seconds. As himself.
17 seconds.
As himself. And we still love him there. 'Cause this is like the
10.
this is like the third or fourth movie where we barely see him.
Actually,
in it.
what did we give him in Robin and Marion? An 8.
Look at that.
We both gave him an 8 in Robin and Marion. So he's better. He's better in this in 40 seconds than he is.
He's like fucking. He's Superman. You know, he's fucking Blade. He's just fucking showing up and like, fuck yeah, that's what we want, baby. And I can only imagine. I envy Chris for like being able to see that in theaters
With
and
no
get to
knowledge.
react to that because we knew the whole movie.
Yeah.
Connery was in it because
No internet to tell you this
about him.
beforehand.
When I tell you that theater lit up and cheered, it was amazing. It was like a Beatle.
If I could go back in time, man.
That's the only other person you get would be like Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Which gets a huge pop in Pirates of the Caribbean. I think the third one, he's like his uncle, and that's a great. When Keith Richards,
it's like the fourth or fifth one or something.
maybe
The
But
third.
when Keith showed up in the third one, I
Yeah.
think that my audience applauded because that's all the thing was like Johnny Depp based Jack Sparrow on Keith Richards, the way he walks and his rings and shit, and seeing him there, that was an applause moment. So I can compare it to that, where it's like so cool to see it. And, he had a bigger role in the next movie after that, Keith, but like it's just so cool to see, and like it made me super happy. So I think the triple 10 is deserved.
Triple 10. All right, let's go through our averages. Our average SH rating is a 9. It's pretty damn thick.
Woo.
Our average sexy rating is a 7.17.
Okay.
It's a sexy film. There's some sexiness
There's some
to be
sexy.
found. Our musical score is an average of 7.1. It's a good score. It's Michael Kamen. Our average film rating is a 7.5. We coming back to this, guys?
I'll watch it again.
I'm going to watch this again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's seen it a million times.
I might watch it tonight.
And our average Sean rating is a 10 across the board, leaving this with a total Sean rating of 81.53.
0.3 higher than Rising Sun.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn. All right,
Insane.
well.
It is not as much as First Night, though.
Oh, yeah, First Night.
That's an epic film.
He's awesome.
Yeah, First Night gets an
Julia
89. Wow.
Ormond.
Yeah, Julia Ormond's great in that, and Richard Gere's very good in that. Like, I could really go for a rewatch of First Night. Maybe we should do that. As
That might be our commentary track
It's
episode.
a good one. But I know our next one is going to be Wrong is Right. We still have to do that.
Yep.
Do you do commentary like Mystery Science Theater?
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. We did it. We did it for
Sword of the Valiant.
Sword of the Valiant. It's up on
Check
our
that out on our
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah, let's cover that real quick before we get into the stuff. Social medias. We've got our Instagram, YouTube pages.
They have
We've
Instagram.
got
Instagram.
We've also got, as we said, a Patreon page.
Patreon.
$1, $5, $10, different rewards at all different
Look for one.
points.
Touch for 5.
Sniff for 10.
Sniff for 10.
Scratch
taste
and
for 10. Sniff for 7, taste for 10.
Scratch and sniff for 15.
But yeah, you can find a bunch of bonus episodes, some movie commentaries, some video game play-alongs.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we're doing.
What are we
Russia with
playing?
Love.
We did From Russia with Love. That's technically Connery's last
Final
Bond.
performance.
No, what
performance,
games
yeah.
did we play?
From Russia with Love.
That's a game?
Yeah, it's a game, and you play as Sean Connery,
Are you fucking
and he voices it, and he sounds old as
In
shit.
2007, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
We'll show you some. We'll show you some
2005.
footage when we get off here.
2005.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
insane to see.
It's a very fun game.
It's a pretty good game.
I'll
Yeah.
watch it on YouTube if that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the whole thing on there.
It opens with the jetpack from Thunderball.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally-
They obviously they had to fix things in the story to match like a video game.
So the
You
reason
just can't
is,
sit on a fucking train for 10 hours.
the
You know what I
reason
mean?
is they were making a game based off Roger Moore,
Yeah, they want to do that.
and they couldn't get Roger Moore for some reason, but they got Connery, and Connery said the only way I'll sign on for it is if you make a From Russia with Love game. And they're like, well, shit, that's the one with like the least video game aspects of all.
Because
of the
Goldfinger
movies.
would have been cool too.
Yeah, there's video game aspects of all of them, but like number wise, From Russia with Love is like the smallest.
There's no Q scene
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, there is. It's the
Well, it will take them the least amount of
Yeah,
work.
but not like
Briefcase.
not like a big one. Like you want to go like they force us to go to the basement and see the lab.
yeah. They
You
force
don't
in a
see-
bunch of different action
Yeah,
scenes.
Q
that-
comes upstairs to like show them the case and
Yeah.
shit.
It's like
but
you get
yeah.
a big like GoldenEye style train.
Yeah.
Like so.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
so if you can
check
check
those
that
out.
out on our Patreon page. We also did a
Patreon.
Pokemon Let's Play that we're still creeping
Yeah,
on.
that was
where
just totally random. but we had fun
everything's
with
named
that.
after Sean Connery films.
Yep.
Chris,
Character.
where can we find you?
Well,
Rip it a dab right
you
here.
can find me online.
Lost Beneath
KrisHansen. Viking Jesus. Look me up. Google me.
Google me, bitch.
He's got plenty of music
I've
out
got
there. A lot
all
of great
kinds
music.
of crazy shit.
Yeah. I'd love to get you guys in here to produce a song or two.
Oh, that'd be great.
We literally, right before this podcast, we were meeting with a band to produce stuff.
I'm down.
Hell yeah.
You know,
We'd love to work with you.
and
I'll
you.
put some guitars down.
Were you just like playing a violin?
Oh, that was finger picking.
Oh.
I forgot my pick.
What's that little Yachty line? Is like, blow me like a cello?
Still better than the Electric Feel lyrics, but
What's the electric field?
I don't know. It's some song that comes on the radio.
I used to like that song that I got overplayed.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like, da, 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 electric feel. That's
Something
song, right?
like Electric Eel.
Oh, yeah.
Something Electric Feel.
Yeah.
Like they really got trippy with that one.
It's a funky riff. But anyways.
Music is great. The music,
Yeah, the
for that
music-
is
yeah, the music is
cool.
dope.
If
Very
they just shut up, it would have been great.
Yeah, let it be an open jam or something.
Sorry, that's my professional opinion. I don't really listen to the radio, you know. I write music, but
I
when I
listen.
hear something,
Well, I'm curious before we do this, do you think it's safe to snap again? Or do you think we might accidentally send you? It took a long time to get you guys out of limbo.
Yeah, that freaked me out last time, man.
Like-
Maybe we shouldn't snap this time.
what are you gonna do?
Well, see, on the last
Sorry.
episode,
Sorry, folks.
we
Yawning.
no, you're good. On the last episode, we had a similar setup. We had a guest, and he came to this chair to spin the wheel, and we achieved that by snapping, and we all switched seats. I think it only works if we all snap. I just snapped, but it only works if we all do. And then somehow we snapped again, and Mario and Lex disappeared. And I had to go to another dimension to find them. And it took me a long time.
I was chilling with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. It was awesome.
In a dimension where time moves way more slowly. So it was really only like 6 hours out here, but it's like 42 years to get you guys back. It's insane.
I just took a hit of that pot. I'm not sure I know what's going on.
He's hanging out with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man right now.
Okay. Is there a clever way we can do this?
Is there some sort of... Do I have to go to some dimension?
You and I are going to switch seats, pal.
Why are we switching seats? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do you solid, okay? I'm going to use my telekinesis to push your finger on that button.
This has never been done on the show before.
And I think, I mean, it's kind of like the Force.
Okay.
You just got to bear with me.
Okay, well
You're going to spin.
Well, no, not yet. No, we're not going to spin yet. We got to do our introduction to the wheel, but I just wanted to see how we
I just started to build up this focus. We might have to switch seats now because I'm... All right, say what you got to say.
Okay.
I'm going to build it up.
Mario, it's time for the wheel.
This is the point of the show. We're going to wheelofnames.com, and we go over to spin the Wheel of Curiosities to figure out what movie we're going to see next week. We must do it quickly while Chris gains his
psychic energy,
his momentum. Look at him. He's oh my God, it's happening.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's actually happening.
Oh God.
Oh
my
Chris,
God.
no, wrong way, Chris.
It's going too hard.
Chris, the other way, other way. He's bring
I
it
wish
back.
I could.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
A little more.
That was so weird.
Oh
my God.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Chris. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for the thumb. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, he's levitating.
That was weird.
Maybe I can get it.
There we go. He's going back for it.
Come on, Ben.
Wait, we got to shuffle first.
Come on,
Come on, Ben. Ben. Use the force, Chris.
You must finger my ass with the force.
Finger his ass, Chris. Deeper.
All right, so we've got left on this list.
I'll say it right off the
We've got
bat.
left on this list 12 films, which means including Sir Billy, we have 13 films remaining.
Fuck.
Holy shit, guys, we're coming to the end of this podcast pretty quick. What do you want? What don't you want?
I mean, I don't give a fuck at this point about what I don't want because there's so little here. But I do want to see Highlander 2 and get that out of the way.
Me too. I want Sean Murphy back.
Yeah. And I would like to see Time Bandits. He mentioned Time Bandits earlier.
I do want to see Time Bandits too.
Bandits.
If we still have that guest lined up for Time Bandits, I really want that one as well.
Also Marnie, because like one of the last like young Connerys.
And right now, with Gorley and Rust is doing a Hitchcock season.
Oh.
So.
Entrapment.
Perhaps
Yeah, you want Entrapment?
Yeah.
I've heard very good things about Entrapment. And now that you bring up Errol Flynn, I could kind of watch Lilacs in the Spring. I've never seen anything with Errol Flynn.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. Do you need some water? Need some water?
No.
He used a lot of force energy.
All right, you can use the force now if you still
Does
feel
he
so
still have the
inclined.
power? I don't know. He drained a lot of energy here.
Another sip.
Okay.
Drink your midichlorian Kool-Aid. There it is. Drink up.
Spin the wheel, we will.
Good it was.
Time to spin it is.
Good for me it was. Good for you it was. Oh shit, he's doing it. Oh god.
Oh, God. Not in my ass again.
Tor-
Oh, God.
To the left, Chris. To the left.
Oh, God.
That's-
No. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, it's going to break my finger.
Okay. Hold
Wow, that released very quickly. Thank you for not doing that. Okay.
on. I didn't want to break my concentration.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. We're back.
I think I'm trying to make this hard. Let me just...
That's
simplify this here.
That's what I told the doctor.
Okay.
Well, I guess, Mario, while I'm being possessed, it's time to spin
The Wheel of Curiosity.
Money shot.
Oh, time lock.
Time lock.
Time
One
lock.
movie nobody wanted to see.
I don't even recall this.
What year is time lock?
Like, I knew it was on the list, but I just didn't. It wasn't even a factor for me. Time lock, of course.
You can buy some time locks.
1957.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Sean Connery as welder number 1.
Oh no. He's an extra in this.
A 1957 British thriller film directed by Gerald Thomas. The film follows the attempt to rescue a 6-year-old boy who is accidentally locked in the South York branch of the Crown Canada Bank Vault in Toronto. With less than 10 hours of oxygen remaining in the vault, it becomes a race to save the boy. The film features a young pre-James Bond Sean Connery
Didn't we want to
as
cut this?
Bill the welder.
Didn't we want to cut this out because it was like?
No, I kind of want to see this now. That's a really interesting plot. Are you kidding me?
Okay, this is 2 weeks in a row. We really have any fucking Connery. Next week we're not gonna have any Connery.
Well, he'll be Bill the welder.
It's gonna be a fun game to play. Like, can we spot the Connery?
I mean, it was the same thing with
Bill the welder. Can
we didn't really know what to expect with like Another Time, Another Place.
Yeah.
And he was only in that for half an hour, if that.
All right, man. Well, sure. I guess we're doing it, man.
That's our luck for having a guest, but they didn't directly spin the wheel. They forced me with their mind.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that being said, next week Sean Connery will return in Time Lock.
Oh, should we? Let's find out where we can find Time Lock.
Yes, where can we find time? Where on earth would
Definitely
you
on that OKRU site. I know that.
You can get on Prime, rent it for $4, depending on.
Yeah, it looks like Amazon Prime for $2 is probably going to
Amazon
be your
Prime.
best bet.
Oh yeah, $2.
We
not
kind
bad.
of stopped doing that. It's like helping people find these movies. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Sorry about that, folks.
I'm a lazy. People are like, where can I find Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? I've been here for weeks.
I went to my local library and got the Blu-ray.
There you go. Go to your
But
local
yeah,
library.
Next episode 2 weeks from now. We're on a 2-week schedule now, so tune in 2 weeks' time for Time Lock.
And until then, I've been Mario Lima.
I've been Dylan Titus.
I'm Kris Hansen.
And as always, folks, you do it.
Stay.
We did that last time, I think.
Stay curious in the Connery accent. Look at the camera.
Let's try that again. Let's try it
Stay.
again. As always, folks, I've been Dylan Titus.
I've been Mario Lima.
Kris Hansen.
And as always, folks,
Stay.
You got it.
Curious. Curious. I can't breathe. It took a lot out of me.
The force was too strong for this one.
Oh, my Lord.
We'll see you guys next week.
Stay Sean.
Stay
Bye.
Your mother's Josh.
That's a good ending.
Bye, folks.
You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Friggin' Nerds Media podcast. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Connery Curious for updates, memes, and episode clips. You can also visit Dylan on Instagram at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion about your favorite films, comics, and games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit me, Mario, at Friggin' Nerds Media. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us. Have a great day, and remember, stay curious.